Hello and welcome back to Art Club. Today we're going to do quite a calm, peaceful little project, and it's in three parts. The first part is to go outside into the garden, into the park, or on one of your walks and find some nice interesting leaves. Okay, I'll tell you about those in a minute. Then we're going to make some leaf prints, and then we're going to make the leaf prints into quirky, funny little birds. So here's a funny little bird, and here's a funny little bird. Lots of funny birds, a little hungry one, a little yellow chick, a little bird in a bit of a hurry. So lots of fun little birds. There's like a little goose, all sorts of things, okay? So let's have a go at doing that, all right? I'm out in the garden looking for the leaves to use for our leaf printing. Interesting shapes, lots of ridges along the back, different shapes, different patterns. Let's see what will work. Try them all. Here's some elderflower, that might work. And then if you can find a feather, let's take that home as well. Okay, so let's take a leaf. Now the leaves that work best are the ones that have got some nice ridges on the back. So we'll try this one. Let's go with some orange. We're just going to paint the back nice and evenly, like that, with our paintbrush. Then we're going to turn him over and we're going to print on our piece of paper. Just gently push the leaf down. Some leaves will be easier than others, so try with lots of leaves till you find ones that you like. And there's a nice little leaf impression. Okay, let's see if we can do the same one again using the same leaf. So more paint. Okay, and flip him over and pop him down. Just gently press the leaf down and pick him up again. Okay, so you need to be a bit more careful than some of the projects we've done, but that's okay. Now here's one I put some turquoise on before, so I'm going to go back into the turquoise, paint him again, and because I've got a little bit of orange on my brush, let's see what colour we'll get now. Pop him on your paper, push him down. See, this one's a bit more bowed, doesn't want to go flat. Let's see what he does. Pick him up. Oh, that's a nice colour. Oh, I like that. Let's put some more turquoise on that one. Now I would think that you could get 3 or 4 or maybe even more impressions from one leaf before the leaf falls apart. So you could experiment with that, couldn't you? Let's see what that one's like. Oh, another nice one. And what about if this is from the rose bush. It's a bit prickly underneath, but that's okay. But it's got some nice veins. So I'm wondering, I'll just take the top one off, I think. And I'm just going to clean my brush a little bit because it's got turquoise on it. And I think I quite fancy doing some yellow. Look at that. There's a bit of a bobbly, it's not a very flat leaf, this rose one. So let's see how that's going to work out. Flip him over, bring in your paper and pop him down. Just gently go around the edges and get your paint printed on there. And because it's not a very good flat leaf, you haven't got as good an impression. So that's something to think about. So this one, I don't know whether you can see, is a lot more bumpy than this one, which was quite flat. And the orange one that we did, that's nice and flat. Whereas this one's got kind of bumps in it there, so it doesn't sit so flat. Okay, it's not a problem because you still get a nice shape. Here's one I put some red on before, so now I'm going to put purple on it. That's quite a nice flat leaf. Where did that? That's from an elderflower. You can find those at the side of the fields if you want to go out for a walk. There we are. That's nice and flat, and there's a little impression there. Something else you could try, if when you're out walking looking for your leaves or in the garden, you could try a feather. Let's see, we had purple, so let's do purple. Let's see if this would work. So it's always asking yourself, what would happen if I tried this? And you won't know unless you try. This is a pigeon feather. There, and it's a purple one now. Let's see what happens when we try and print this one. Now if you're careful, you can do it like that. There we go. If you wanted, you could put another piece of paper over the top and rub the paper over the feather, if you find that easier. And then let's have a look. Ooh. Okay, and should we do that again? Let's do this with, let's go with orange. What do you think orange and purple will do together? I think we'll get some sort of brown, don't you? Now with the feather, just be careful that you don't separate out the bits too much, although I shouldn't think it matters that much. Let's pop him down. Pop him down. If you wanted to put your paper over the top, might be easier with the feather. There we go. Make sure you go along that ridge. See the ridge of that feather coming through there? There we are. Let's have a look and see what happened to that one. Oh, I quite like the underside of that as well. There, quite a nice feather. So what's happened with this one is the paint's come through the feather onto the other side, so you get this as well. That's quite nice. All right, so we'll wait for those to dry, and then we'll come back in and see if we can make some little animals or creatures. Okay, that's fun. I enjoyed that. Okay, so our leaf prints are dry, and now we're going to make them into little animals. I've chosen to make little birds because I think they're quite quirky, but if you want to do alligators or spacemen or whatever it is you feel like, we're just going to turn them into little funny creatures. So this orange leaf here, which is quite a nice one, I'm going to give it a big head up here, and we'll give it a beak. We'll give it a little tufty bit of crown and some eyes, and well, if we turn it that way round, he could be pecking at the grass, couldn't he, at the grain. So he needs some legs, and there he is, he's quite fun. This little one, this little greeny brown one, which I think is quite nice, give him a little long neck. Give him a funny little head, we give him a beak, and give him a little tufty bit, and he could have a big eye down there, and little feet, well, big feet but little legs, and maybe he's got some wings. Okay, and turn it round again. Keep turning it round until you find something that you like. I think this one could be another little one pecking at the ground. And he's got 1 foot forward and maybe 1 foot back to balance him. Yeah? And how about this little one? That could be a fluffy chick, couldn't it? With a little head, quite big eye, little cheeky beaky, maybe a little bit of a wing, and some little legs to hold himself up.